Today we'll be ranking all of the pets in Clash of Clans. So let's get into it. First off, Lassie. I think it's obvious where Lassie will go. Lassie is an F tier. The reasoning is because you unlock him at Town of 14. Town of 14, there's not much to do. You get 4 pets for the 4 heroes that you could use. You're forced to use Lassie, so he's only usable at Town of 14. But afterwards in Town of 15, when you unlock Diggy, you just prefer to use Diggy over Lassie any day. Like, Lassie does not add any value to the attack except for a bit of HP. He doesn't add any other versatility like the Diggy, like Diggy stuns and all that shit. So that's why Lassie will go in F tier. Next is the Owl. The Owl, I will put him in D tier. The reasoning is because of this guy. Sneezy took over the Owl's position, and any attack, if you're doing Fireball Warden walks or even Dragon attacks that you put usually the Owl on the Warden, Sneezy is just better. Sneezy is just a better pet all around. For a long time now, the Owl was the only air pet, but since Sneezy came out, she took over the Owl's throne and has become the best air pet in the game. So let's go on to the Yak, and the Yak will actually go up to at least an A tier. Actually B tier. B plus. The reasoning is the Yak is very strong in Town of 15 to use with Titans, and also very strong because of the new Super Yeti. The Super Yeti, the only problem with it is the walls. So to put the Yak on the Warden to beat through the walls is probably the best thing you can do. So that in itself already boosted the Yak from being like a C, D tier to a B plus in the meta. The Unicorn. Now the Unicorn, I'm sorry to put her, but I'll put her at B tier after the Yak. The Unicorn fell off the meta, and the reasoning is, I have no idea. To be honest, like, to get extra 5 levels and the new update and still be in B tier is crazy. I thought the Unicorn will be the most used pet, but apparently it's not. The Frosty has taken over the place of the Unicorn. If you're doing maybe like a Fireball into Rocket Loons, maybe you'll put the Unicorn onto the Warden, but it's just better to use Sneezy on the Warden if you're already doing that. And Frosty's just better on the Queen. It's like having a frozen arrow on the Queen. Root Rider attacks, I don't know, Fireball into Rocket Loons, Dragons, all of the meta attacks, you use Frosty on the Queen. And speaking of Frosty will go not an S tier, but Frosty I think will go in an A tier. I don't think Frosty's broken. Frosty's like OP or some shit like that. But Frosty has definitely become better than the Unicorn. I don't know why. Again, I thought the Unicorn with the 5 new extra levels will be better, but apparently it's not. Frosty just, I don't know, had a secret buff maybe, I don't know, but it's just one of the best pets right now in the game. Diggy, except for Town of 15, the Diggy has fallen off. All because of the Fox. You don't use Diggy on almost any hero. In Town of 15, you only use Diggy on the RC. And after that, Town of 15 and Town of 16 and 17, you just use the Fox, because the Fox gives you way more value. And the stun is not, you rather have invisibility over a stun. And other than that, Diggy doesn't really pair with any other hero as well as the RC in Town of 15. So Diggy has just fallen off the meta from it being like S tier and like last year, like Town of 16, to it being C tier right now, maybe even D tier. Actually, I'll put him in D tier because that's how useless he is right now in the meta. Like, no one uses him except for Town of 15. You never use Diggy in the meta anymore. Oh, Poison Lizard will meet Lassie at the F tier. Poison Lizard, I feel like there's only a few use cases that they use in Pro League and esports that the only time they use the Poison Lizard is when they Warden walk into like a hero or like into CC, then they use the lizard. But other than that, the lizard is probably the most useless pet after Lassie, which is kind of crazy because he was meta in the beginning of Town Hall. When was it? Town Hall 15 when he got released. A lot of people were using him because of his high DPS, but he just dies too quickly, and that's why he's an F tier. Now we're going into the big guns because the first S tier, is my boy, the Phoenix. The Phoenix is the strongest, not the strongest, but probably one of the strongest pets in the game. Bringing a hero back for, I think, 8 seconds is crazy. I paired him up on the King, paired him up on, I don't know, some of you guys pair him up with the RC. The Phoenix is just broken. Like the Phoenix, you can never go wrong with using the Phoenix in your army comp. And same thing with the Fox. The Fox is gonna go in S tier. Yes, the Fox is only used with only one hero. Using the Fox and any other hero is very weird. Like it's not meant to go on any other hero but the RC. But the Fox broke the game. Like Invis spells with the Fox and E-Boots, like that's the meta right now. It's been the meta for the past few months, and it's all because of the Fox and E-Boots. So there's nothing more to say but S tier. It's probably even higher than the Phoenix, but the Phoenix is more versatile. You could use it on almost any hero. But even the Fox being only used by one hero is still S tier. That's how broken he is. Now, the Angry Jelly. The Angry Jelly, if you use it correctly, it could be an A tier. If you use it like Jaden, that puts your jelly on your RC, then then the jelly just goes on F tier. But don't be like Jaden and put your jelly on your RC because you're just wasting a whole pet. So yeah, in pro and esports, the jelly does a lot. Like to funnel the RC walk, you could use like the Queen to funnel the RC walk with the jelly. You could use jelly with the Warden on fireballs. Jelly is a very strong pet. To make a hero into a defensive targeting hero is very, very strong, and it's solid in A tier. And Sneezy. Sneezy just got introduced into the game, and it's obvious where Sneezy's gonna go. Sneezy's gonna go in S tier. There's nothing more to say. Like Sneezy, like it just stays behind. It's probably only paired with the Warden. Again, it's another pet that's only good with one hero. Like putting Sneezy on like the Queen, the Sneezy will die pretty fast. The King, Prince, or RC is kind of pointless to put the Sneezy on them. So it's only paired with the Warden, but it's still very, very strong. Like dragon attacks, as we've seen in esports, also in regular attacks. Like when it comes to dragons, when it comes to fireball, when it comes to any air targeting, even roots. Like you could use the Sneezes to trigger traps, the buggers. So yeah, that's pretty much the ranking. Tell me if you guys agree in the comments. I know there's gonna be some that disagree, like with Diggy, maybe even the Unicorn being in B tier, but I think this is how the meta is right now. I don't know if there's gonna be any change in the next couple of months. Only if we probably see a nerf. I feel like it's well-rounded. Like the top 3 are strong, but like not extremely strong. Like they're only strong on certain heroes, like Sneezy and the Fox. And yeah, hopefully we see a buff to Lassie, maybe even a rework. And probably the Lizard needs a bit of an HP buff and a speed nerf. It's too fast and it just runs up, so it dies way too quickly. So hopefully we see a difference in that, but I feel like everything else is pretty rounded. Nothing really needs a nerf except the Phoenix, obviously. The Phoenix will always need a nerf, and even if he gets a nerf, he'll always be the dominant pet because he's just reviving a full-on hero. If you guys want to see more of these type of videos, let me know. If you got any certain types you want me to make, like equipment, strategies, I don't know, anything you want, let me know in the comment sections, and see you next time.